Man U might actually be back. Because what do you mean you won Manchester City last week and now you're winning Arsenal 3-2 at the Emirates? Bro, what? I know some Man U fans claim that they expected them to win Arsenal and all of that stuff, but that's a lie. They shocked me, they shocked you too. We're all shocked. We're all shocked. Like, we're actually all shocked. I'm not going to lie, the first 30 minutes of the game was going the way I expected it to go. Man U had almost zero control of the ball. In the first, I think, 20 minutes, Man U didn't have any passes completed in the final third of the field. They barely had any possession in the other half, in Arsenal's half. But I think from like the 25th minute up until like the end of the second half, they were able to like impose themselves on the game and started like playing well and all of that stuff, right? But Arsenal, bro, they had more possession of the ball, but they were not looking threatening. They were not looking like a threat. They were not looking like they were going to score, right? They had possession of the ball. They were switching the ball and all of that stuff, and it looked very nice. It looked like they had control of the game, but like it didn't look like they were going to cause any damage other than the own goal in the first half. Throughout the first half, it didn't look like they were going to cause any damage per se. Aside from the save Man U's keeper had to make from Zubimendi's header, that aside, the Arsenal had possession of the ball, but like they weren't doing much when it comes to like, you know, threatening the keeper and like having shots at goal. In the last 15 minutes of the first half, Arsenal made a lot of wrong passes, especially their defenders were just making a lot of unpressured mistakes. Even times when Man U players were not necessarily pressing that much, they were still like making very, very, very wrong and, you know, unnecessary silly passes, right? But the first goal came from Zubimendi's mistake, and I just knew that from that moment, right, Man U were going to like, you know, grab the game. And I feel like it still boils down to individual quality. And look at Bruno, Mino, look at Casemiro's experience, look at Mbeumo. Even he's not a 9, but like he's been playing the first 9 position quite well, right? His overall play was not very great, but you don't expect him to have that much great overall play against very huge Saliba and Gabriel. You know, those ones are like very, very aerially strong, right? But like that aside, he still played very well. Ahmad was on top of his game to like an extent today with his off the ball work. He was marking very well, and bro, it boils down to individual quality and just playing basics. I can't even say this is what Man U's tactics or whatever it is at this point, but like it's just, you know, winning second balls, and obviously the players have individual qualities, you know, to like make changes. Look at Cunha's goal, for example. Like the goal was basically out of nothing, far away from, like yards away from the box 18, and see what he was able to deliver. That boils down to like individual quality, right? Martinez too, the own goal aside, I think was superb. Maguire was superb. That was alright. Shaw was alright too. Nah, give it up for Man United. Bro, I'm shocked. I know you're very shocked too. So don't act like, you know, you expected Man to play this well. I feel like from the beginning of the second half, yeah, throughout the second half, Man U were good. They were the better team. Arsenal was the better team in the first half, but like they were not very threatening. But Man U second half, yeah, they came up from like when the second half started up until the game ended, they were on top of their game. Even when Arsenal scored with their routine corner goals, Man U were still ready. And then let's talk about Arsenal. They're really going to go to this league again, because now you're 4 points ahead of ahead of Man City. That's basically you just have to drop points in 2 games, and Man City takes advantage of stuff, and they're leading you with 2 points already. I'm quite excited, Sha, because I really do not want Arsenal to win the league. I really don't want them to win the league, right? I'd rather Man City, like, you know, wins it again, or probably Aston Villa, but I'd rather Man City. But like Arsenal, they've dropped points in like I think 3 consecutive Premier League games now. They drew 0-0 against Nottingham Forest, and you know, at the Emirates, I can't believe I'm shocked, because what do you mean Arsenal lost at the Emirates to Manchester United? In the last 5 Premier League games between these two, the best man you have seen was a draw, and Arsenal won 4 out of the last 5 games in the Premier League against Man U. And now when you're chasing the title, when it looks like this is finally your year, you then lose 3-2 at home to Man U. Now that's a lot. I think Carrick has that's the thing. I think Carrick is more like a manager at this point, right? Because I cannot necessarily say this is what the tactics is or something. It's just like, yeah, you people are good, players as good as you are. I feel like that's what it is. Managing them well, giving the very good players the freedom and all of that stuff to, freedom in the formation to be able to play as well as they did. Dogu's goal, I think that's the goal of the month for Premier League this January. That's probably this month's goal of the month. The 1-2 twice with Bruno Fernandes, and then he finished off the crossbar. Now that's crazy. And Man U now, they're finally back in the top 4. 1 point above Chelsea. Chelsea 2-1 their game, 3-1 versus Crystal Palace. So I feel like Man U will make the top 4 this season, and I think this season's top 4 battle is actually going to be one of the toughest in like recent years, because you have Aston Villa with 46 points, Manchester City with 46 points, and they are both second and third respectively. And you have Man U fourth with 38 points. That's like a gap of 8 points already. So like the other teams, Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, they're all fighting for the 4th spot, basically. So like it's going to be very tough. But I think Man U has the edge, right? Because they play only once in a week.